Good evening, students. Yeah, we'll get started. So what were we discussing in the previous class? Where did we stop? Can you guys speak up, please? Listen. So today we'll discuss the fourth paper and we'll make it. See, I am not able to discuss every problem in the class, right? So I just want to ensure okay, I just want to ensure to prioritize the doubts that you have, then I'll discuss all the problems. So you guys have written this paper, you have got your marks also, right? So tell me the problems in which you had doubts. Guys, are you able to hear me or not?
Yes, sir.
Okay, what are the doubts? If you say nothing, I'll just wind up. You will definitely have some doubts, right? So part test 4, I have the marks in front of me. Did you guys check your marks, by the way? Okay, I'm just concluding that I'm going in the order. Wherever I'm ending, that is going to be the end of the paper discussions. Remaining things you have to see in the study materials tab. Okay. So beyond this, go through the study materials tab. I'll start the discussion. I'm not sure why is no one speaking also. Okay, what is the answer for the first question? The pure translatory motion of a rigid body.
Option E.
Option A. At any point of time, every particle of the body has the same velocity, right? Has the same. Okay. Second. So there is a solid sphere, disk, and a solid cylinder, all of the same mass and made of the same material, are allowed to roll down from rest on the inclined plane. Then, which one will reach the bottom first? So which one will reach the bottom first? So what is the formula for acceleration? This I think I've derived and showed it in the class. So g sine theta divided by 1 plus, generally you can write it as moment of inertia divided by mr square also. Okay. So it is g sine theta, the same, divided by 1 plus, which one is going to have greater moment of inertia? Out of the solid sphere, disk, and the solid cylinder, which one has the greatest moment of inertia? So what is the moment of inertia of a solid sphere? 2 by 5 mr square. What is the moment of inertia of a disk? It is mr square by 2. Moment of inertia of a solid cylinder, that is also mr square by 2. So which one is having the least? So it is 0.4, 0.5, 0.5. So least is the moment of inertia, maximum is the acceleration. So solid sphere will reach the bottom first. So for which of the following does the center of mass lie outside the body? A shot put, a dice, a pencil, a bangle.
Bangle.
So bangle is a hollow one, yes. So bangle is basically a ring. For that, the center of mass is exactly at the center, which is not a part of the object. I mean the body. If a sphere is rolling, the ratio of the translational kinetic energy to the total kinetic energy is given by. The ratio of the translational energy to the total kinetic energy. So what is the formula for translational? E translational is equal to half mv square. E total is equal to half mv square plus half I omega square. Right? Sphere is rolling. Rolling means condition is V is equal to R omega. R omega is equal to V divided by R. Take this and substitute it here. So what is the value for E translational? Half mv square divided by total is half mv square plus half into I is 2 by 5 mr square into V square divided by R square. R square will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. mv square is also gone. Half divided by half plus 1 by 5. So 1 by 2 divided by 7 by 10. It will go 5 times. So 5 is to 7. Is that an option? Yes. Fourth one, the option is D. I hope everyone is clear with this. Fifth one, there is a merry-go-round made of ring-like platform of radius capital R and mass m, which is revolving with an angular speed omega. A person of mass m is standing on it. At the instant the person jumps off the ground of the round radially away from the center of the round, the speed of the round afterwards is. So in this case, what is conserved? So this is a concept based. Sorry? It is based on the conservation of angular momentum. So initial angular momentum Li is equal to L final. So what is the L initial value? Ring-like platform of radius R and mass m, which is revolving with an angular speed omega. So Li is how much? So there is, which is ring-like platform of radius R and mass m. It's revolving. There is a person of mass capital M standing on it. At one instant, the person jumps off the round radially away from the ground, as seen from the round. The speed of the round afterwards is. So what will be the answer? Initial moment of inertia is mr square plus mr square into omega. Final will be mr square into omega dash. So it will be 2 omega is omega dash. This should be the answer. Okay. Sixth one. If a gymnast sitting on a rotating stool with his arms outstretched suddenly lowers his hand, what will happen?
Moment of inertia decrease.
Okay. Seventh one. A rigid body is a body which becomes longer or shorter if force is applied, does not deform on application of foam, does not maintain the same distance between any 2 points on it, deforms on the application of force. Obviously B. It should not deform. So there is a ring of radius r and mass m which rotates about its central axis. The kinetic energy is half I omega square. Half into I is mr square and omega square. So mr square omega square divided by 2. Eighth one is B. So there is a flywheel which is attached to an engine to do what? A flywheel is attached to an engine to. Okay, I don't know why this question has come because anyway, this can be ignored. Don't worry. So there is a particle which moves with a constant velocity parallel to the x-axis. So there is a particle which moves with a constant velocity parallel to the x-axis. Its angular momentum with respect to the origin is. So what will happen? So what will happen? Are you able to understand? So what is the formula for angular momentum? Angular momentum is equal to mvr sine theta, where theta is what? If I take this as theta, from here, if you drop a perpendicular, this will be theta. So this is also r sine theta. So mass of the object is m. It is moving with a constant velocity v. And r sine theta is a perpendicular distance. Since the particle is moving parallel to x-axis, r sine theta will also be constant. So what is going to happen? It is going to remain constant. 11th, the angular momentum of system of particles is conserved when no external. So when can you say angular momentum is conserved? When there is no external torque that is acting. Yes, angular momentum is what? Product of mass and angular velocity. Moment of angular motion. Product of moment of inertia and velocity. Moment of momentum. Which one is right? 12th one, the answer is D. To be more specific, it should be moment of linear momentum. 13th, two bodies have their moments of inertia I and 2I respectively about their own axis, about their axis of rotation. If their kinetic energies of rotation are equal, then their angular velocities is. So half I omega 1 square is equal to half into 2I into omega 2 square. So I and I will get cancelled. Half and half will get cancelled. Omega 1 is 2 omega 2 will be equal to 1 is to root 2. So this is the answer. But the question is, yeah, 1 is to 2 should be the answer. Half into I into omega 1 square is equal to half into 2I into omega. So omega 1 divided by omega 2 is equal to 1 is yes. 14th one. So there is a solid sphere of radius r which is rolling without sliding. What is the ratio of the rotational kinetic energy and the total kinetic energy associated with the sphere? Can you guys tell me? So what is the ratio of the rotational kinetic energy? Half I omega square. So okay, half into I is 2 by 5 mr square into omega square is v square divided by r square. This and this will get cancelled. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. mv square divided by 5. So what is the total kinetic energy? mv square divided by 5 plus half mv square. So how much will this be? 10 mv square, sorry, 7 mv square divided by 10. So half mv square, this will go 5 times. So 5 by 7 is the answer. No option. Huh? What is the ratio of the rotational kinetic energy and the total kinetic energy associated with the sphere? One by five, oh sorry, correct only, no? So rotational kinetic energy is 1 by 5 mv square divided by 7 by 10 mv square. This will go 2 times. 2 by 7 option is there. Huh? Yeah, A. 15th.
Sir, can you show the 13th? Sir, the option should be B, right, sir?
Why? I applied the formula, no? two bodies have their moments of, see, is there any mistake in the problem that I did? Two bodies have their moments of inertia, I and 2i respectively, about their axis of rotation. Their kinetic energies of rotation are equal. Then their angular velocities will be in which ratio? So what I did is half I omega 1 square, correct? Is equal to half into 2i into omega 2 square. This I and I will get cancelled, half and half will get cancelled. So omega 1 by omega, oh, 2 by 1. Sorry. Yeah, thank you. Yeah, root 2 is 1. Root 2 is 1. Sorry, I made a mistake. Yeah. 15th one. So a ring of radius capital R is first rotated with an angular velocity omega naught, then carefully placed on a rough horizontal surface. The coefficient of friction between the surface and the ring is mu. Time after which its angular speed reduces to half this. It's a good question actually. So there is a ring of radius R which is first rotated with an angular velocity and then carefully placed on a rough horizontal surface. So there is a horizontal surface which is rough. Okay. So a ring is revolved and it is placed on top of it. I hope you're able to imagine what it is. You keep your fingers on top of it. Just put it into rotation so that it is rotating about this axis. Okay. The coefficient of friction between the surface and the ring is mu. Time after which its angular speed will reduce to, so omega initial is the, if I take it as omega final will be omega by 2. Okay. So if this has to happen, the object has to undergo angular deceleration. They're asking how much time will it take for this kind of a process to happen. Right. So first of all, tell me what is the force acting on the object? Force acting on the object is only friction. That is only external force. So what will be the acceleration of the object? It is going to be mu g. Right. So since the object is revolving, we know that A is equal to R alpha. So alpha is equal to how much? Mu g divided by R. Am I clear till this step? Then you will apply the formula. Omega is equal to omega naught plus alpha into T. So omega is omega by 2. Omega naught is omega minus mu g divided by R into T. So minus omega divided by 2 is equal to minus mu g divided by R into T. Minus and minus will get cancelled. So T is equal to omega R divided by 2 mu g. Is there an option? Omega naught R divided by 2 mu g. So option A is the answer. It's a good problem. Practice it again. Next. 16th one, how are we supposed to do? So there is a rod of mass M and length L which is hinged at point. There is a mistake. Which is hinged at end P. Okay. The rod is kept horizontal by a massless string tied to point Q. Okay. This point it is hinged. Means it is fixed. So when the string is cut, the initial angular acceleration of the rod. So when it is cut, what will happen? It will tend to rotate. Right. So what is going to be the acceleration with which it is going to start revolving? So how to calculate this? So to calculate it, calculate the torque. So torque is equal to I alpha. Right. So whenever they're talking about the angular acceleration, you need the acceleration of the center of mass in the first place. Right. So what is going to be the torque that is going to act? Mg is acting at the center. And how much is this distance? Distance from the axis of rotation is L by 2. So torque is mg into L divided by 2 is equal to what is the moment of inertia of the same rod about one of its ends? ml square by 3 multiplied with alpha. M and M will get cancelled. L and L will get cancelled. Alpha is equal to 3g divided by 2L. So where is 3g divided by 2L? This is the answer. So 17th. So there is a disk having mass M and radius R, which is rotating with an angular velocity omega. Another disk of mass 2m and radius R by 2 is placed coaxially on the first disk gently. The angular velocity of the system will now be. What will happen? It is again based on the conservation of angular momentum. So what is the initial angular momentum? I1 omega 1 is equal to, what will be the final angular momentum? I2 into omega 2. So what is the value of I1, guys? Initially, there was a disk of mass m and radius r. So what is the moment of inertia of a disk? Mr square by 2 into omega is equal to, what is the final moment of inertia of the system? So this disk is still revolving. That is going to be having moment of inertia as mr square by 2 plus what is going to be the moment of inertia of the other disk? That is going to be half into mass of the other disk into radius square of the other disk, r square by 4. This whole thing multiplied with the common angular velocity omega 2. So this will go 2 times. Mr square divided by 2 into omega is equal to 2 mr square by 4 plus mr square by 4. The whole thing multiplied with omega 2. So mr square will get cancelled. Omega divided by 2 is equal to 2 by 4 plus 1 by 4. That is going to be 3 by 4 times omega 2. How much is answer then? So omega divided by 2 is equal to 3 by 4 into omega 2. This will go 2 times. So 2 omega by 3. This is option. 17th one, C. 18th. So there is a solid sphere which is rotating freely about its symmetry axis in free space. The radius of the sphere is increased, keeping its mass the same. Which of the following physical quantities will remain constant for the sphere? So what is the answer, guys? 18th one.
Sir, is it angular velocity?
Angular velocity. How are you saying?
Sir, since moment of inertia, angular momentum changes, sir, as I changes momentum.
Okay. But there is a, so are you trying to say that the angular velocity of the sphere will not change? So you mean to say angular velocity is not dependent on the mass of the object? So there is a solid sphere which is rotating freely about its symmetry axis in free space. The radius of the sphere is increased, keeping its mass the same. Okay, radius is increased, keeping the mass the same. Which of the following physical quantities would remain the same? Angular velocity. Maybe what if the angular momentum was in such a way that the moment of inertia is increasing and angular velocity is decreasing? Not happen?
Sir, how, sir? But they didn't mention that there is no external torque.
This question is slightly ambiguous. The radius of the sphere is increased, keeping its mass the same. Logically, angular velocity should be right. Okay, we'll go with that only. Angular velocity is right. 19th. The speed of a homogeneous solid sphere after rolling down an inclined plane of vertical height h from rest without sliding is. So what is happening? Initially, it had potential energy. Finally, it is getting converted to half mv square plus half I omega square. So half mv square plus half into I is 2 by 5 mr square into omega square is v square divided by r square. R square, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So half mv square plus 1 by 5 mv square. This is equal to mgh. M will get cancelled. GH is equal to 7 by 10 times v square. So v square is equal to 10 GH by 7. Root 10 GH by 7. This is the answer. Next, 20th. There is a liquid which is kept in a cylindrical jar which is rotated about its cylindrical axis. The liquid rises at its end. The radius of the jar is r and the speed of the rotation is omega. The difference in height at the center and the sides of the jar is. Okay. So the difference in height will get produced in the form of potential energy. And this potential energy of the liquid is generated due to the rotational kinetic energy. Right? So mgh is equal to half into I is how much? Liquid cylindrical jar. So, which is rotated about the liquid rises. The radius of the jar is r. Liquid is kept in a cylindrical jar. So then it should be mr square by.
Sir, will you consider it as hollow cylinder, sir?
Yes, that's what we have to do because liquid is there in it, right? Yes. So when you take it as a hollow cylinder, it should be mr square into omega square. So m and m will get cancelled. The difference in height is how much? Is there an option? H is equal to r square omega square divided by 2gh. Sorry, 2g. Is there an option? R square omega square divided by 2g? D. 20th. Yeah, D. 21st. The center of mass of the system of particle does not depend on. It does not depend on. It definitely depends on the relative distance. It depends on the mass. It depends on the position of the particle, but it does not depend on the force because acceleration is the one which depends on the force. Right. Next, under a constant torque, the angular momentum of body changes from a to 4a in 4 seconds. The torque of the body is. So we know that torque is equal to delta L by delta T. So delta L is 3a divided by delta T is 4. So torque is 3 by 4 times a. 23. There is an automobile engine which develops 100 kilowatt when rotating at a speed of 1800 revolutions per minute. What torque does it deliver? So what is the relation between torque, angular velocity and the power? We know that power is equal to F into V for translatory motion. So here what will be the power? Torque into omega, where omega should be in terms of radians per second. So power is 100 kilowatt. So 100 into 10 power 3 is equal to torque is what we need to find. Omega is how much? 1800 into 1 revolution is 2 pi radians divided by minute is 60. This and this will get cancelled. This will go 30 times. 0, 0 will get cancelled. 2 will cancel this 5 times. So 5 into 10 power 3 divided by 3 pi is equal to torque. So how much is answer? So answer is that is given is 531 Newton meter. You can calculate it later. Okay. Next, two particles which are initially at rest move towards each other under the action of their internal attraction. If their speeds are v and 2v at any instant, then the speed of the center of mass of the system will be. Two particles which are initially at rest move towards each other under the action of their internal attraction. If their speeds are v and 2v at any instant, then the speed of the center of mass of the system is. Answer is 0 because there is no external force acting on the system. So the center of mass is going to remain at its own position. It is not going to move. 25th. In order to balance a seesaw of total length 10 meter, two kids weighing 20 kilogram and 40 kilogram are sitting at an end and at a distance x from the fulcrum at the center respectively. Okay, what is it they want us to do? X is what you need to find, but x is in what? So actually it should be in centimeter, because there is already in meter. It cannot be 350 meter and all. So it should be in terms of centimeter. So let's take the question. This is the fulcrum. There is a mass of 20 kilogram that is sitting here, and 40 kilogram is sitting at a distance x. So the total length is 10 meter, means how much will this distance be? This will be 500 centimeter. So 20 into 500 is equal to 40 into x, 2 times 250 centimeter is the value. Okay, 26. So there is a flywheel which is at rest. So omega naught is equal to 0. To reach an angular velocity of 36 radians per second. So omega final is equal to 36 radians per second. It takes 6 seconds. It takes 6 seconds and moves with a constant angular acceleration. The total angle turned during this interval is how much? So we don't know. It is moving with constant acceleration. Theta is equal to how much is what they are asking. So how to solve? There are two unknowns. So first find out alpha. Alpha is equal to what? 36 divided by 6, which is 6. So it is 6 radians per second. Theta is equal to half alpha t square. So half into alpha is 6 into t square is 36. This goes 3 times. It goes 108. It does 108 revolutions. Okay, sorry, 108 radians is the answer. '27. There is a particle of mass m is equal to 5. Hopefully it is kilogram. They told units only. M is equal to 5. Is moving with a speed of 3 root 2 in the XOY plane. Along the line y is equal to x plus 4. The magnitude of the angular momentum of the particle about the origin. So what is the answer? So angular momentum is equal to mass of the object into velocity. Can I write it as perpendicular distance? So the particle is moving along the line y is equal to x plus 4. Okay. From the origin, what is going to be the perpendicular distance? So y is equal to x plus 4 is a mathematical term. I hope everybody would have learned straight lines chapter. So what is the distance from a point to a straight line? ax1 plus by1 plus c, the whole divided by root of a square plus b square. Right. So here the point is origin. So it will be 4 divided by root 2. 4 divided by root 2 is a perpendicular distance. Mass is 5 units. And the velocity is 3 root 2. So this and this will get cancelled. 3 4 is 12. 12 into 5 is 60 units. 28. If F is the force and R is the radius vector, then the torque is given by R vector cross F vector. 29. The total momentum of the system of the particle is equal to product of the total mass of the system and velocity of its center of mass, the product of the total mass of the system, average velocity, the product of half of the total mass, no, the product of total mass of the system and the speed of its center of mass. So what is the answer? Product of the total mass of the system and its velocity, because here it is velocity, here it is speed. So it is velocity. 30th. So there is a spherical ball of 1 kilogram mass and radius 3 centimeter, which is rotating about its axis passing through its center with an angular velocity of 50 radians per second. The kinetic energy of rotation is half I omega square. Half into I is 2 by 5 mr square into omega square is v square divided by r square. Oh no, they already gave omega, right? So omega square, 2 and 2 will get cancelled. 1 by 5 into radius is 9 into 10 power minus 2 into omega square is 2500. So this goes 500 times. 9 into 500 is 4,500 into 10 power minus 2. Did I miss something? 10 power minus 4. So 4,500 into 10 power minus 4. Why is there no option? Let me do it again. So kinetic energy is half I omega square. Half into I is 2 by 5 m. M is how much? 1 into r square, that is 9 into 10 power minus 4 into omega square, that is 2,500. 2 and 2 are gone. This and this will get cancelled. It will go 500 times. So 9 into 500 is 4,500 into 10 power minus 4. So how much is that? 0.45. So 0.45, I can write it as 45 divided by 100, or I can write it as 90 divided by 200. This and this will get cancelled. 9 divided by 20 joule is 31. So what is the torque of the force acting at a point this much value about the origin? So torque is equal to what? Magnitude of 323, sorry, IJK 323 2 minus 3 4. 8 plus 9 minus J cap into 12 minus 6 plus K cap into minus 9 minus 4. So 17 I cap, this is the answer. 17 I cap minus 6 J cap minus 13 K cap. 32. Let Ri be the position vector and of the ith particle having mass mi and radius of the position vector of the center of mass is this. So what is the answer, guys? R be the position of the center of mass. R is equal to sigma mi Ri divided by sigma mi. So option D. 33. There is an object of mass 2 kg and radius of gyration 0.5 meter is rotating about its axis. If the angular speed is 2 radian per second, then the angular momentum of the body is how much? So mass of the object is 2 kg. Radius of gyration is half meter and the angular speed is 2 radians per second. We need to find the angular momentum. Angular momentum is what? I omega, but I is mk square into omega. So m is 2, k square is 1 by 4 into omega is 2. 2 times 2 and 2 will get cancelled. Answer is 1. 33, option D, correct. 34. So wheel is rotating about its axis through the center at 720 RPM. At 720 RPM. What is RPM?
Revolution per minute.
Yes, revolution per minute. So omega will be equal to 2 pi into 720 divided by 60. That will be in terms of radians per second. When acted upon by constant torque, opposing its motion for 8 seconds. So torque is opposing. The time for which it is acting is 8 seconds. The value of the torque is how much? So we know that torque is equal to I alpha. But what is alpha? I into alpha is omega final minus omega initial. That is 2 pi into 720 divided by 60 divided by t. Because omega final is 0 divided by 8. This and this will get cancelled. So 8 will cancel 72 9 times. This will go 3 times. This will go 2 times. 2 and 2 will get cancelled. So torque is equal to 24 by pi into 3 pi. Cancel 24 3s is 72. Right. 35. the angular velocity of an object changes from 1 revolution per second to 16 revolution per second without applying any external torque. The ratio of the radius of gyration in the two cases is. So I1 divided by I2, because angular momentum is conserved, omega 2 divided by omega 1, angular without applying any external torque. So I1 is the angular velocity of an object, right? mk1 square divided by mk2 square is equal to omega 2 is 16 divided by omega 1 is 1. So m and m will get cancelled. K1 is to K2 is 4 is to 1. 36. Two wheels having radii in the ratio 1 is to 3 are connected by a common belt. What are they doing? Two wheels having radii 1 is to 3 are connected by a common belt. If the smaller wheel is accelerated from rest at rate of 1.5 radians per second square for 10 seconds, find the velocity of the bigger wheel. So how to solve this?
Sir,
Tell me.
sir, in the before question, why are we taking omega 2 by omega 1?
Because moment of inertia and omega are inversely proportional. See, when angular momentum is conserved, I omega is constant. Huh? When product of two values is constant, I is inversely proportional to omega. That is why I took omega 2 by omega 1.
Yeah, oh, fine, sir.
Did you understand? Got it?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Yes. So there are two wheels which are having the radii 1 is to 3. Okay. And they're connected by a common belt. If the smaller wheel is accelerated from rest at a rate of 1.5 radians per second square for 10 seconds, okay, find the velocity of the bigger wheel. You can imagine your cycle, right? So generally in cycle, what happens? They both are connected with a belt around them, right? So when you pedal, let's say the front wheel is moving, that is going to pull the back wheel, right? The chain is going to pull it. In a similar way, if you think of the same logic, tell me the logic which is applicable here. So what is the common point between both the wheels? What is the common point between both the wheels in this scenario? They both should have the same velocity. Correct? Why should they have the same velocity? Because they both are connected. So they both should have the same linear velocity. So what is the formula for linear velocity in terms of radius? This, if I take this as the 1 is to 3, so I should take, find the, okay, they told whichever is you take, it's fine, right? So if I take this as 1, then this will be 2. So V1 is equal to V2. V1 is R1 omega 1 is equal to R2 omega 2. What is the value of R1? If I take R1 as R, what is the value of omega 1, guys? Omega 1 will be the product of these two. V is equal to, omega is equal to alpha into T. So R into 1.5 into 10 is 15 is equal to R2 is 3R into omega 2 is what we need to find. This and this will get cancelled. It will be 5. So the velocity of the bigger wheel, omega 2 is equal to 5 radians per second. This answer. Okay. 37. A thin uniform rod of length 2L and mass m is acted upon by a constant torque. The angular velocity changes from 0 to omega in time t. The value of the torque is. A thin uniform rod means its moment of inertia is ml square by 12. So length is 12, m is m, acted upon by a constant. The angular velocity changes from omega in time t. The value of the torque is. So what is the value of torque? Torque is equal to I alpha. I is m into L, that is 2L, the whole square divided by 12, into, what is the value of alpha, guys? changes from 0 to omega in time t. So omega divided by t. 4 ml square by 12 into omega by t. 4 and 3. So ml square omega divided by 3t. Option A. $38. What is the answer? A planet is revolving around the sun in an elliptical orbit. The maximum and the minimum distances of the planet from the sun are 3 into 10 power 12 and 2 into 10 power 10 meter. The speed of the planet when it is nearest is 2 into 10 power 7. What is the speed of the planet when it is farther? So here the angular momentum is said to be conserved. So since it's the same planet, I can say VA, that is the velocity of the apogee, into the distance of the apogee, that is the farthest distance, is equal to VP, that is the velocity at the perigee, into the radius, the distance of the perigee. So VA is how much? Nearest is 2 into 10 power 7 into 2 into 10 power 10. VA is what we need to find into 3 into 10 power 12. So 10 power 7 means this goes 5 times, this goes 10 power 5 times. So VA into 3 is equal to 4 into 10 power 5. So 4 by 3, 1.33 into 10 power 5, that is 38. C is the option. 39. There is an elevator that starts going up with an acceleration of 2 meters per second. The radius of the wheel attached to the elevator is 0.1 meter. Then find out the number of revolutions in 10 seconds. Tell me that. So there is an elevator which starts going up with an acceleration. So this is the linear acceleration, which is 2 meters per second square. So radius of the wheel is 0.1 meter. So what is the angular acceleration? A is equal to R alpha. Alpha is equal to A divided by R. That is 20 radians per second square. Okay. So that is the value of alpha. Find the number of revolutions in 10 seconds. So theta is equal to half alpha t square. So half into alpha is how much? 20 into t square is 100. This will go 10. 10 into 100 is 1000. This is the 1000 radians. Sorry. This 1000 radian. So we know that one revolution is equal, sorry, not radian, revolutions. Sorry. Radian only. This 1000 radian. We know that one revolution is equivalent to 2 pi radian. So 1000 revolution radians will be equal to how much? That is 1000 divided by 2 pi. That is 500 divided by pi. So what will be the answer? It should be approximately somewhere around this part. I'm leaving it to you. The answer should come closer to 160. Okay. 40th. What is the ratio of the moments of inertia of the two rings of radii R and NR about its own axis to the plane and passing through their centers? What is the ratio of moment of inertia of two rings of radius R and NR about an axis perpendicular to the plane and passing through their center? It's an easy one. MR square divided by M into NR square. Sorry, N square R square. Cancel. So it will be 1:N square. 40th. 41st. So what is the answer for the 41st question? The Earth circled around the sun once a year. The work which would have been done on the Earth to bring it to rest relative to the sun is, given the mass of the Earth is 6 into 10 power 24 kilogram, and just a minute, guys. Distance is 1.5 into 10 power 8 kilometer. That is 1.5 into 10 power 11 meter. Okay, now what are they asking? The Earth circles around the work done. So work done is what? Work done on the Earth to bring it to rest relative to the sun. Yes. So we know the work energy theorem. Work done is equal to change in kinetic energy. What do they want to do? They want to bring it to rest, which already has an initial velocity, half mv square. Okay. So it should be minus half into mass of the earth is 6 into 10 power 24 into what is going to be the velocity here. So velocity is equal to r into omega. So minus half into 6 into 10 power 24 into r is 1.5 into 10 power 8 into omega is 2 pi divided by time. So time is, it takes 1 year to complete the revolution. So 1 year is 365 into 24 into 3600. So if you apply all these values and solve it, the answer that you will get is the answer that you will get is A. Okay. 42nd. What is the distance of the center of mass of half ring from its center if its radius is 0.5? What is the distance of the center of mass of a half ring from its center if its radius is 0.5 meter? So what is the answer? Actually, this is not a part of your syllabus. The answer is actually 2r divided by pi. The center of mass of a semicircle from its center is 2r by pi. If you're preparing for some competitive exam, you can have a note of this point. Okay. Don't worry, this will not come in your exam. Forty-third. One circular ring and one circular disc, both are having the same mass and radius. The ratio of their moments of inertia about an axis passing through their centers and perpendicular to their planes will be. Very easy one. Mr square divided by Mr square by 2 cancel. Answer is 2:1. This answer. 44th. There is a solid sphere which is in rolling motion. In rolling motion, an object possesses kinetic, translational kinetic energy as well as rotational kinetic energy simultaneously. So the ratio of KT is to, actually the question should have been KT is to KT plus KR of the sphere. This we have already solved. Answer is 5:7. This is actually a repeated problem. Okay. Assertion reason I'm not doing it as of now. The remaining problems we'll see. 50th. Moment of inertia of a ring of mass m and radius r about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular plane is I. What is the moment of inertia about its diameter? So moment of inertia about an axis passing through the center and perpendicular plane is I. So moment of inertia about the diameter is, we know that Ix plus Iy is equal to Iz. So 2 times Ix is equal to Iz. Answer will be I divided by 2. What did I apply? It is the perpendicular axis theorem. 51. A uniform rod of length L and mass 1.8 kilogram is made to rest on 2 measuring scales at its 2 ends. Okay. A uniform block of mass 2.7 kilogram is placed on the rod at a distance of L by 4 from the left end. The force experienced by the measuring scale on the right is. So there is a scale placed like this. Okay. Is made to rest on 2 measuring scales at its 2 ends. Okay. So here there is a measuring scale. Here there is a measuring scale. The mass of this object is 1.8. So mg will act here. A uniform block of mass 2.7 kilogram is placed at a distance of L by 4 from the left end. So what is the total length? It is L. So at L by 4, there is a mass of how much value? 2.7. So this I will call it as capital M. This I will call it as small m. So small mg. So this will have capital Mg. The force experienced by the measuring scale on the right. So what is this normal force that is going to act? Or I'll call it as reaction force. So how to solve this, guys? So you can take the net torque. So it is, the system is said to be balanced. So you can take the net torque about any of the axis and any of the point and then solve it. Okay. So you can take about any point. Let's take about the center of mass. So this distance is L by 2. Right. This distance is L by 2. And this is mg. So L by 4 means this is also L by 4. So what I would say is capital mg into L by 4 is equal to capital R into L divided by 2. L and L will get cancelled. Capital mg is 27 divided by 4 is equal to capital R is what we need to find divided by 2. This will go 2 times. Why is there no option? The force experience, did I make any mistake? Mg into this distance is L by 4. Capital R into L by 2. So 27 means okay, this I will check. Next, 52. The radius of gyration of a rod of mass 100 grams, last problem, and length 100 centimeter about an axis passing through its edge and perpendicular to its length. L by root 3. So 100 divided by root 3. That is the answer. I thought it's a bigger one. Just give me 2 more minutes. We'll complete the next 3 also. If a person standing on a rotating stretches out his hands, his angular speed will, moment of inertia will increase, angular speed will decrease. 54. The radius of gyration of a solid is about one of its diameters is. So what is the answer? So if you take a disk, what is the moment of inertia of about the center? It is mr square by 2. So mr square by 2 is equal to 2 times ix. So ix will be mr square by 4. Right. So mr square by 4 is equal to mk square. Cancel it. So k will be equal to r by 2. R by 2 is the answer. 55th. F is equal to this thing. Acting at a point, this one. The value of alpha for which the angular momentum about the origin is conserved. So means torque should be equal to 0. So angular momentum is conserved only when the torque is 0. So torque is I cap, J cap, K cap, alpha 3, 6, 2, minus 6, minus 12. So I cap into minus 36, minus 36, minus J cap into minus 12 alpha, minus 12 cap into minus 6 alpha, minus 6. This is equal to 0. So minus 72 I cap. So 12 alpha should be minus 12 alpha should be equal to 12 or 6. So alpha should be equal to minus 1. Is there an option? Yes. So minus 1 is the answer. Okay. So that is all with respect to this paper. Remaining problems you can check for the solutions in the study materials. So that's all with the term 1 portions. Right.
Sir, can you
Please
show the last term, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, so you are equating the J cap directly to 0, sir?
Yeah, yeah. Because it is 0 I cap plus 0 J cap plus 0 K cap. So if you want, you equate this also. Minus 6 alpha minus 6 is equal to 0. Also you equate, you will get the same answer.
Yeah, fine, sir.
So this should actually be minus 36 plus 36. Then only you will get 0. So minus 72 can't come. I made a mistake. That's it, right? So remaining problems, you check for the solution in study materials tab. So tomorrow there will be no class, guys, because we are done with the discussion. You keep working on the DPTs, and if there is any doubt, reach out to me. Just one last question. When is your school exam?
Sir, it's starting from next week, Monday.
That is 22nd, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Other schools? Okay. So I understand DAV is starting from Monday, right? You make use of the DPTs. So what I will do is I'll try to upload a full portion test. If any one of you can share the schedule of your test with me, I'll upload a full portions test in the app itself so that you can see the instant result. You need not wait for the corrections. Okay. So that's it, guys. If there is any other doubt, reach out to me. Let's see. You can leave, guys.
Sir?
Ah.
Sir, so will there be classes during those exams, sir?
No, I'll not conduct anything.
Yeah, fine, sir. Okay, sir.
No. All the term 2 portions will start only after the completion of your this thing.
Okay, sir.
Completion of your term 1 exam. That is the reason why I conducted so many part tests. Okay.
Okay.
Just share the schedule. Your school would have sent some PDF. No?
Yes, sir.
If you can share it on the school.
WhatsApp.
Yeah, please do it. I'll have a look at it.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah, thank you.